Affirmative. Decoy is up. Decoy upgraded. Sentry is up. Turret is up. Silverback is online. Command center is up.
Hammer strikes are a go.
Hello guys and welcome to a new video. Today we'll review the best way on how to max out your fortifications in Gears of War 3 Horde Mode 2.0. So the table of contents for today would be basics, general strategy, fort general overview, forts, and live gameplay. So without further ado, let's begin. First we have the basics. In case you don't know it, for you to max out your fortifications, you need to spend a certain set amount of dollars on each fortifications for it to be maxed out. These changes between fortifications. We have a total of 6 fortifications. So the first factor that affect this would be the difficulty multipliers. Depending on the difficulty, the amount spent in dollars on each fortification is multiplied towards the total progress. So we have a total of 4 different difficulties. We have casual, normal, hardcore, and insane. So depending on what we're playing, the game would multiply what we spent on each fortification times a certain amount. So for example, in casual, it's 0.6 or 60%, normal is 80, hardcore is 100, and insane is 110%. So for example, if we spent $100 and we're playing on casual, what's actually going to the progress bar of the fortification is $60. If we're playing normal, 80, hardcore, 100, and insane, $110. So if we're playing hardcore, it's like it wouldn't affect at all. It's like doing nothing. But if we're playing on insane, the game would give us an extra $10 for every $100 spent. Then we have the mutators multipliers. That's the second factor that affects this. Depending on the mutators used, the amount spent in dollars on each fortification is multiplied towards the total progress. We have 2 kind of mutators on Gears of War 3. We have the easy mutators and we have the hard mutators. If we're playing with one easy mutator, it would multiply the total amount spent times 0.25 or 25%. If we're playing with one hard mutator, it would multiply it times 1.1 or 110%. So for example, if we're playing with one mutator and we spend $100, let's say, on barriers, what's actually going to the progress bar if we're playing with one mutator would be $25. If we're playing with hard mutators, what's going to the progress bar is $110. So the game is giving us an extra $10. General strategy. Step number 1. We'll use 3 mutators. One easy, which is instigate minus 25%, and 2 hard, which are no ammo drops and enemy regeneration, which can be substituted with perfect reload in case you have it, plus 20%. All tutorials to unlock mutators are linked in the description. So we have right here the instigate melee. Every melee hit you deliver is packed with explosive power, meaning if you melee an enemy, it would instantly die. This only applies, the exceptions for this would be the Corpser, the Lambent Berserker, the Brumak, the Reaver, and I think that's the only enemies that it's not affected by this mutator. But the rest of the enemies die just with one melee. Then we have no ammo pickups. We have ammunition reserves have been exhausted. You must scavenge from weapons left on the battlefield. So for the strategy, we won't really be using bullet. So this is just like a no-brainer and it makes no difference. It doesn't make it harder, but we get that sweet bonus. And last one, we have enemy regeneration. Known lambent enemies regenerate health over time, don't let them escape. So for this mutator, you can switch it, that's what I was saying before, with most active reload, because it's easier, quote unquote. However, the most active reload, it takes a little bit more time to unlock, since you have to make, I think, 2000 active or perfect reloads. And it actually is not that hard to play with enemy regeneration, especially because we're killing the enemies with melee and not with bullets. So it makes not really a difference, but it's up to you. If you have the most active reload already unlocked, you can use that instead of the enemy regeneration. And all the links for how to unlock this mutators are linked in the description. The no ammo pickups, it's already unlocked vanilla in the game, so yeah. Step number 2, we will set difficulty on insane to get an extra plus 10%. With this and the mutators combined, we will get an extra 5% per dollar spent. So we have a little equation right here. We have one easy mutator minus 25%, we have plus 2 hard mutators plus 20%, and we have plus insane difficulty plus 10%, which give us a total of plus 5% per every dollar spent. So we have 10 plus 20, that's 30, minus 25, that's plus 5%. So for example, if we spend, let's say $100 on barriers, the total would actually give us for free $5. So then we go with step number 3, which is we will play on blood drive, since it's easy to funnel the enemies, but feel free to try other maps. You will also need the Horde Common Pack available for free. So if you're playing on Xbox Series X or S, and I think maybe Xbox One too, you can get this DLC for free on the Microsoft Store. I don't know if that's the case for Xbox 360, but yeah, you would have to double check with that. So the map allows you to funnel the enemies. We'll actually use this part of the map. I'll show you in the live gameplay in a minute. So people or the enemies would just come up the stairs and we can kill them with the Instagip very easily. Step number 4, we'll start at wave 9, since the closer you get to the boss wave, wave 10, the bigger enemies spawn and the more money you can make. Going higher to wave 19, 29, 39 or 49 does not give more points and only make it harder. The only time you will use wave 10 is when you're maxing the Silverback, since it's very hard and takes more time to complete this wave without it, but it's faster and you can get more points than in wave 9. So the reason it's harder to complete wave 10 without the Silverback is because we have the boss enemies that we'll review in a second. So since we don't have a lot of bullets and we're just like our only way to kill enemies would be our melee attack, it's very hard to kill the bosses with just melee. So that's why if we're just using the Silverback, it's easier and it's actually faster. You actually make more points in wave 10 because you get bigger enemies, which are the bosses. And with the Silverback, it's actually very fast to wipe out the enemies because you don't have to wait for them to come to you to kill them. However, as I said before, without the Silverback, it's very hard. So if you're maxing out the Silverback, focus on wave 10. If you are maxing out any other fortification, I would suggest you to focus on wave 9 only. So then we go with the step number 5. We will use a specific spot on one of the ends of the map to make enemies come for us. Once they're close, we will use our melee attack to insta-kill them. I recommend you change your primary to the hammer burst. Once 3 enemies are left, we will scout and make sure they're not tickers. We will kill the remaining 2 and let the last one kill you. Restart the wave, spend your points on the desired fortifications, try to focus at no more than 2 forts at a time, and repeat. That's what I was saying before. We will use the blood drive since it's easy to funnel the enemies right here. Once we have 3 enemies left, we will make sure they're not tickers, because the tickers, even though they kill you, if it's the last one, the game actually kind of bugs. And even though you died, it counts as if you completed the wave, and we don't want to complete the wave. We just want to repeat wave 9 or wave 10 over and over and over again. So for the enemies, I just wanted to make a quick overview on what type of enemies we're dealing with. On the wave 9, we have tickers. It gives you $105 per every ticker you kill. Make sure it's not the last enemy, as when it dies, you will complete the wave. So that's what I was saying. Sometimes the last 2 enemies of a wave can be 2 tickers. So you have to make sure if that's the case, only one of them kills you and the other one survives, so you can repeat the wave. So that's what I was saying. When there's like 3 enemies left, you have to scout and make sure they're not tickers. And if they're tickers, try to just one of them kill you so the other 2 can survive and you can repeat the wave. We have the Cyclops, which have Lancers. They give you 210 points for each one of them to kill. Pick the corner to kill with gun if they refuse to come, as they can shoot you from distance and they're like a pain in the ass. Then we have the Grenadier Elite. It gives you 245 points every time you kill one of those. Be careful with grenades, kill as soon as possible. Pick the corner to kill with gun if they refuse to come. Same thing. Here the grenades are insta-kill, so you have to be very careful with that, as also the grenades actually kind of like bugs, the sound effect bugs, and it only sounds when it's about to explode, so it's very hard to move once they throw the grenade. So make sure once you see them trying to get ready to throw a grenade, just shoot at them like a couple of times and they will cancel the grenade. Then we have the Flame Grenadier, 245. Pick the corner to kill with gun if they refuse to come. These are very good because sometimes we have challenges that gives you more money if you shoot them in the tank instead of killing them. So yeah, easy enemy, but make sure they don't come closer because again, it's an insta-kill if they hit you with the flame. Then we have the Theron Guards, 210 points for each one of them you kill. Pick the corner to kill with gun if they refuse to come. Same thing, sometimes they're like a pain in the ass, they wouldn't come to you, they would just hide in the barrier. So just pick the corner, kill them, and that should be easy. You can also as well use their bow to kill other enemies faster. That's a very good strategy. Then we have the Drudges, 245 or 420 if they're converted. Convert them if possible, don't try to melee them. If they're converted, they will give you more points, but sometimes it can be harder to do that as other enemies are shooting you. So just be careful with that, and don't try to melee them because once you get closer, they will vomit you with emulsion and it's an insta-kill. Then we have the Flame Boomer, which will give you 315 points every time you kill one of those. Pick the corner to kill with gun if they refuse to come. Same concept as with the Grenadier. It's the same with the Flame Boomer, but that it gives you more points. Then we have the regular Boomer, 385 points every time you kill one of those. Be careful with shots, kill as soon as possible when using Silverback. The Boomers are not a menace when you are just using your melee attack. However, when you're using the Silverback, they shoot you right away. And the thing with the Boomers, it's sometimes their explosions of their weapon can actually get you. Like it's like kind of like a glitch because the radius of the explosion is bigger than it should be, and it's an insta kill. So if you're using the Silverback, make sure if you see one of those, to kill them as soon as possible. The Digger, 385 points. Be careful with shots. Sometimes on the stairs the shots bug, sometimes it doesn't. So again, same concept as with the Boomers, kill them as soon as possible. Then we have the Kansas, 420 every time you kill one of those. Be careful with Venom nades, kill as soon as possible. Pick the corner to kill with gun if they refuse to come. Same thing, the Venom nades that they throw are an insta-kill in this difficulty, so make sure to kill them as soon as possible. And same thing, if you see they're doing the animation of throwing a grenade, just shoot at them like a couple of times and they will cancel the grenade. Then we have the Serapith, $425, usually appears at the end of the wave, hard to kill. So I know it gives a lot of points, but sometimes it takes a lot of time to kill them because it would just not let you kill it. So I would rather just die instead of killing it because it would take me a long time and it's like less points that I'm making, right? But it's up to you. Then we have the Grinder, 525 points. Wait for them in the corner, back up if necessary. Sometimes you will see in the gameplay they refuse to come and they actually like a very specific corner where they can hit you. So you have to be careful with that. If that happens, just go back a little bit and they will come for you no matter what. Then we have the Mauler, 425 points. You shield and pick up after responding to keep. This is a very useful one if you're not using the Silverback. You can keep the shield even though you pass the wave or you repeat the wave. Just pick it up before the wave starts and it will let you keep the shield. is very useful because, as I was saying before, sometimes the grinders or the Cantus or the Cyclops or the Grenadiers pick the corner and actually can hit you with bullets. So just make sure to use the shield to protect from those, and also it protects you from the Grenadier's grenades, so that's very useful. Then we have the Blood Mound, killing with the Cyclops that has on top, and the Blood Mound itself, it gives you a total of 195 points. Wait for them to come, back up if needed, very easy enemy. Then we have the Armor Cantus, 700 points. Wait for them to come, easy money. You can kick him with the Silverback. Again, another easy enemy. If they refuse to come, just back up a little bit and it will come for you. 700 points, very easy. Again, you can kick him with the Silverback. You don't need to step off, so that's very good. Then we have for the wave 10 enemies or the bosses, we have the first Gunker. It would give you $700 every boss you kill. So it's an easy boss. If you have rockets, it dies with 4. If not, usually dies fast. If aiming for its heart, Emulsion Ball usually books. Don't try to get close. So again, the wave 10 enemies, we only kill him with Silverback. It's very hard to kill without it, or with turrets. It's hard to kill. So if you have rockets, which are unlocked on Silverback level number 2, I think, it's very easy to kill. You just shoot him like 4 times and that's it. If you don't have rockets, same deal. You just aim for the heart and they die very fast. Then we have the Corpse, or 875 points. Hard to kill without rockets. If using rockets, pretty fast. Shoot first to open guard and second to kill. So if you have rockets, it's very easy to kill. If you don't, I usually, honestly, just restart the wave if I see it's a Corpser, because it's a pain in the ass to kill without the rockets of the Silverback. So yeah, that's up to you. Then we have Reavers, 875 points for each Reaver you kill. Easy boss once you learn to pick corner with Silverback. Don't let them get close. If they get close, if they climb up the stairs, it's like an insta dead because they hit you with the legs or with the cannons and it's over. It's very hard to kill once they're close. But if you focus and kill them on the distance, it's very, very easy boss. We have Berserkers, 1400, easy boss. You can melee it or kick it with the Silverback, useful to destroy the Silverback quickly. This is like one of the easiest, or maybe the easiest boss of wave 10. I love it. You can kick it with the Silverback. If you want to end the round fast, or you want to destroy the Silverback fast, you can just stand in the Silverback. They will run at you and they will destroy it completely. So I love Berserker rounds. And then we have Berserker Lambent, 2100. Painting the Crack, I usually reset round by dying when dealing with this boss. Not worth it. I hate this boss. It's very hard to kill. It takes a lot of time. A lot of people are shooting you. You have to just run around with it. So yeah, when I usually get Berserker Lambent for round 10, I just reset it and that's it. I don't even bother anymore. Fort's General Overview. So for this one, I made an Excel chart that will be available in the description for you to see and use. There we go. I hope that's just clear enough. I'll just make it a little bit bigger. There we go. So we have 2 different charts. We have wave 9 and wave 10. We have all of the fortifications on this side. We have barrier, decoy, sentry, turret, command center, and the Silverback all the way down. It's divided on wave 10 and wave 9 because, as I said before, the only time we're using the wave 10 for Silverback, it's the only time we're using the wave 10 is for the Silverback. The rest of the fortifications we're using the wave 9. So for the barriers, we have how to unlock, already unlocked vanilla. The average wave points for the wave 9, it's 6200 points. That's average. Sometimes you make more, sometimes you make less, depending on the enemies that you get, and also sometimes maybe you die faster. It's normal, you're getting used to this strategy. So yeah, that's the average, 6200. The max that I've done on wave 9, it's around maybe 7000 or 71, but that's the max, right? And the less, I would say like 4 or 5,000 because I died early. The average wave time for wave 9 is 2 minutes 40 seconds. Again, that's average. Sometimes you take more, sometimes you take less. It again depends on the type of enemies you're dealing with. That's on decimal, 2.8 minutes for you to complete every wave, right? So for the barriers, we need a total of 170,000 points to max it out to level 8. That means if we divide this amount by 6200, we would need 27.42 matches to max it out. If we multiply this by the time we take making every wave or completing every wave, we would need 1.28 hours to max out the barriers. So it's very fast. Again, in like 1 hour and a half, you can max out the barriers if you do it right. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but that's just like a rough calculation for you to have like like an idea of how much time it would take you, right? So then we have the decoys. You unlock them by spending 2k in barriers, meaning level 2 barriers. You have to get level 2 barriers to unlock decoys. Same concept. You need 220,000 points to max out the decoys. That would mean 35.48 matches, which would mean 1.66 hours to max out. Then we have the sentries. We unlock it by spending 35k in decoys, meaning level 4 decoys. So same deal, we have 135k to max out. We need 21.77 matches, and that would mean 1.02 hours to max out the sentries. Very fast. Then we have the turrets. You have to spend 20k on barriers, meaning level 4 barriers, to unlock the turrets. Same concept. We need 360,000 points to max it out. That would mean 58 matches. That would mean 2 hours, 2.71 hours. And for the command center, you need to spend 360,000 points on turrets, meaning unlocking level 8 turrets. For the command center to be maxed out, you would need 40,000 points, and you would need 6.45 matches, meaning half an hour. Just in half an hour, you can max out the command center. So total points for the fortifications would be 925,000 points you would need, would mean 149 matches or almost 7 hours to max out the first 5 fortifications, right? So in order to cheaper to expensive would be the command center, that's a faster one. Then we have decoys, barriers, turrets, and the last one would be the Silverback. So then we go with the Silverback. We will do that on wave 10, as I was saying before. To unlock, you need to spend 170k on barriers, meaning that you have to unlock level 8 barriers for you to get the Silverback. So on wave 10, as I was saying before, it's actually faster and it gives you more points, but again, it's very hard to complete without the Silverback, so that's why we use the wave 10 only for the Silverback. So the average wave points would be 7,000, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, but that's the average. The average wave time for the wave 10 is 2 minutes, so as you can see, it's faster because wave 10 it's 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and it gives you more money because it's a $800 different, but again, it's harder. On decimal, that would be 2 minutes. So the total points that we need for the Silverback to be maxed out to level 8 would be $1,500,000, which is crazy. Just on the Silverback, you need more points than all of the combined fortifications. That's crazy. So for you to complete this, you would need 214 matches, meaning 7 hours or 7.1 hours. So yeah, that's crazy. For you to complete all the fortifications, including the Silverback, you would need 363 matches. It would take you 14.1 hours, and it will take you a total of 2,425,000 points. So yeah, I just did list little chart for you guys to have like a better idea on how much you need for each fortification, how much time it would take you for each fortification. Being honest, I think you can do this maybe in a week if you maybe divide each gaming session into maybe like 4-hour gaming sessions, because oops, sorry about that. We have 14 hours. So let's say you play 4 hours every day, right? Just grinding the fortifications. That's 4, 8, 12. Yeah, in maybe 4 days you can complete all of them. If you don't want to play for longer, you can divide the gaming sessions into just like smaller sessions, maybe 2 hours, or maybe you can do 4 hours per day and 2 hours, I don't know, in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, or whatnot. So yeah, you would need total of 14 hours, which in a week, it's like very doable. So yeah, that's it for the Horde fortifications. Again, link to this chart on the description. So with that being said, we will jump to the live gameplay where I would show you the strategy like on action, and I'll play a couple waves for you to see how it works and give you a couple tips and tricks and whatnot. So let's just jump right into it. Alright guys, so welcome to the live gameplay part of the video. This part will be divided in 4. So first of all, I'll show you my strategy that I would follow in case I was vanilla. If I was like I didn't have nothing, no mutators, no nothing, no fortifications unlocked. Let's say that you used to play Gears of War before, and you lost your account and you just downloaded it right now because you saw it was free on the Game Pass, or you just bought it in your new Xbox, but again you don't have no progress just because you lost your account. That's the strategy I would follow. Okay, then after that we would go with regular strategy that I would follow once I have all the fortifications. Then after that we'll review the strategy I would follow if I had the Silverback level 1, and finally we'll review the strategy I would follow if I had the the Silverback on level 2. Alright, so let's begin with the first part, which is strategy for how to unlock fortifications and if you have nothing else, right? So first of all, I'll just get into the game. You can see it's a totally new account. You can see I have nothing here, no fortifications, no mutators unlocked, right? So first of all, what I would advise you to do would be to go ahead and watch the guides that I have already uploaded in the description for how to unlock the mutators we need for this strategy, which are, there you go, the normal pickups, comes vanilla with the game, you don't have to do nothing to unlock it. The instigate melee and the enemy regeneration. Again, I have the tutorials for those mutators already uploaded in the channel, are in the description, so go ahead and do that. Now if you don't want to spend a lot of time, or you have another friend's account or your brother or someone else that already has the mutators, you can skip this, because if you do this, if you, let's say, go out and then log in with another controller on the account, let's say your friend or your brother, or let me just put the password right here real quick, there you go, or your brother or anything that already has the mutators unlocked, you can just go ahead, sign in, and if you go to, let's say, Horde private, yes, you can see, even though I the new account don't have the mutators unlocked, because I'm playing with someone that already has them, it let me place with the mutators, right? So it doesn't mean that it gives you the mutators, you don't have it unlocked, but at least you can play with them as long as you play split screen with that person, right? So yeah, for the sake of the tutorial we will do it. Plus that's actually another strategy that we would follow. It's very easy to unlock at least the very first levels for the barriers and the very first fortifications if you're playing with 2 controllers. Why is that? I'll show you in a minute. So with this strategy we can unlock very fast the barriers level 4s, the decoys, the sentries, and the turrets level 1. So what we want to do is that, again, we have 2 controllers and we want to go to the Horde mode, right? Go private. It doesn't matter the wave you choose for this specific strategy, but it does matter the difficulty and the mutators we choose. So if you have 3 hard mutators unlocked, that'll be great. If you only have 2, that's fine too, but we will only choose hard mutators. We won't choose easy mutators, at least for this first strategy, that it's how to unlock the first fortifications very fast. So again, we go choose the map. I love to do everything on blood drive because it's very easy to work with. And then we start the match, and I'll see you once we begin the match. Alright, so once we're in the match, what we want to do is that with the account of our friend, we want to give all of the points to the account we're trying to max out. So we just go here, we just aim, and we press B to give the money, right? It's as simple as that. So now we have all the money, we can go and buy our command post, whatever command post works. There you go, you buy it, and then you spend the money on barriers. So for you to spend 2,000, you have to buy 4, that's 3, and that's 4. And there you go. As simple as that and as fast as that, I just unlocked level 2 barriers in less than 10 seconds, right? So what we want to do is that we want to repeat that process until you want to, until you get tired, basically. Again, with this method, you can unlock barriers level 4 very fast. You just need to go ahead, abandon the match, and repeat the same method. So we're just gonna go ahead, leave the match. The reason it's so fast is because, again, the mutators gives you an extra for playing with hard mutators only and for playing on hardcore. So we're taking advantage of that. We go again. That's what I was saying before. If you had at least, I mean, not at least, but you have 3 mutators, hard mutators unlocked, that's even better. It'll be even faster. So we just go ahead, start the match again, and we repeat the same process. We can do the same strategy for decoys and I think sentries as well, and turrets as well. Anything that costs less than 2,000 points to buy the first round, we can do it with, right? Because, for example, with Silverbacks, we cannot do it because it costs 12,000, right? Or with the command center, I think it costs like 4,000, so we cannot do it with that. But barriers are very cheap to buy, and decoys and sentries and turrets. So same thing, we go, we give the money, we take the other controller, and we buy the command post. There we go, and same thing. And once you already have level 2, you can do it actually on the same fortification. I mean, you don't have to go ahead and buy all of them. It's the same thing. So again, same thing. Just go, return to the main menu, abandon, and repeat the same process. I'll do it a couple more times just for you to see how quick I get to level 3. And there we go. You can see I'm already level 4 barriers, and it barely took me literally 10 minutes to do it. So this is like the fastest way to do it. If you want to keep doing it, that's fine, that's up to you. And then after you unlock level 4 barriers, now you have the decoys and now you have the turrets. So let me just restart again to show you that it works pretty much the same with barriers and decoys. So same thing, hardcore, hard mutators only. You go ahead, choose your map, and I could have even done it faster. I was just kind of slow actually with my movements, but once you get the hang of it, you will do it very, very quickly. Alright, so we buy the command post, and as you can see, now we have the decoys and now we have the turret. So we can go ahead and buy the decoy. It costs 500, and the turret, I think it's like 1,500. Yeah, there we go. And once you unlock the sentry, it's the same thing. It would appear right here, and you can do the same exact strategy. Again, this works pretty well for low levels at least, or at least for you to unlock the first fortifications. Because for the sentry, now you would require to get to decoys level 4, so that would mean 35k, which divided by 2, which is 2,000, it would take you like 17 times of you doing this to unlock level 4 decoys, and for you to get the sentries, right? And then the only thing that you would be you need to spend 360 on turrets. That would take you more time. And Silverback would need 170 on barriers, so level 8. So yeah, I think for barriers, decoys, and sentries, the first levels at least, it is very easy to follow this strategy if I was starting like from scratch, right? So yeah, that was it for this first strategy. If you're, again, don't have no mutators, if you have no fortifications unlocked whatsoever yet, you can follow this for the very first levels, at least to unlock all the fortifications, and then you can start grinding the regular strategy, which is the next we'll review. Alrighty, so now for the regular strategy, the strategy of the melee that we will use before we unlock the Silverback, which is pretty much, again, have to horde, private, hardcore, round 9, mutators, yes, and then we'll use insta-give, enemy regeneration, and no ammo pickups. Again, regeneration, you can switch it with most active reload in case you have it. If you don't, it's fine. So we go ahead, we'll select again blood drive, and we'll start the match, and I'll see you once the match starts. Alright, so we're in. As we before, again, we will need to use this side of the map, not that one, not the other end, this one. And we'll just go ahead and buy our command post right here, and that's about it. We just go here, we have to take cover before this black line that you see right here for the enemies to come for us, and once they get close enough, we hit them with one melee, and that's it. You have to be careful with enemies that are coming from that side, because sometimes they won't come, they would stay there or there or there. So you just pick the corner, shoot him, kill him, and that's as easy as that, right? Sometimes also enemies would come this way instead of close to the wall. That's fine. If it's safe to do so, just go ahead and meld them. If it's not safe to do so because there's enemies right there, just go ahead, back up a little bit, go into this room, and wait for them to come here, and then you can meld them. It's pretty easy. So yeah, that's what you would do pretty much. Just wait here, mellow the enemies, wait for 3 to be left, and once 3 are left, make sure to scout to make sure that are not tickers, because if they're tickers and if they kill you by exploding, the game kind of like glitches and thinks that you completed the wave even though you died. So yeah, pretty much. Again, as I said before, the Mauler shields are very useful to cover from, for example, grinder bullets or the nades from the... Oh, he won't come. The nades from the grenadiers. So yeah, you can pick that once it's safe to do so. There you go, you kill him. As you can see, as I was saying before, sometimes enemies will refuse to come, but if you wait long enough, they will come, no matter what. And if they still refuse to come, just shoot at them or show yourself a little bit, and they will come 100%. And as you can see right here, as I said before, make sure to choose the hammer burst, because with the chainsaw you cannot mellow them. I think once I saw a video of a guy who oh, there you go. So as I was saying before, make sure to be very aware of your environment. For example, there, if I didn't move, the nade from the grenadier would have killed me, because it has like an increased range in insane mode. Grudges are another pain in the ass, because they won't die by melee. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. However, it's very risky to do so, because if you get too close, they will vomit you with emulsion, and that's an instant dead in insane difficulty. So yeah, yeah, as I was saying before, oh, I'm gonna die. There you go. That's what I was saying before in the presentations. And sometimes you actually don't hear the grenadiers throwing the grenades, and you can only hear once they hit the ground. And once you hear the sound of the grenade hitting the ground, it's too late. That means you're dead. So yeah, be very careful. Be aware of your environment. Again, if the first tries, it takes you longer to clear the wave, or you die before actually getting into the end of the wave, it's fine. With the time, you will pick it up and you will start to understand. So now we have completed the wave. Now we can spend the points on whatever fortification we need to do so. I didn't have time there. But yeah, I would also advise you to pair fortifications. So as I was saying before, the fortification that takes the most, it's the Silverback. But for the Silverback, we have a different strategy. But for example, the second that takes the most after the Silverback would be the turrets. So I would suggest you to pair turrets with something else. It can be turrets with sentries, and it can be turrets with barriers, turrets with decoys, turrets with the command center. It's up to you, but yeah, you can do that. Oop, there you go. You can see I heard how he was doing the animation for the grenade. So as soon as you hear that, make sure you try to see where the grenadier is at. You shoot him a couple times and he would cancel the grenade, right? Make sure we kill him. There we go. And that's it. So yeah, so as I was saying before, you can pair turrets with something else, because again, the fortification that takes the second the most to... Oh, I'm dead. There you go. Same thing. You have to be fast. Right now, because I'm speaking, it's hard to hear what the enemies are actually doing. But yeah, pretty much. So again, let's say that we completed not completed, but we made the most points. What we want to do is go ahead and then buy the fortifications we're trying to focus. So as I was saying before, you compare, for example, let's say the turrets. All right. Nope. Thank you. we compare the turrets with whatever you want. So let's say barrier, or the decoy, or the sentry, or the command post. It's totally up to you. I would advise you to not focus on more than 2 at a time, because sometimes that would slow the enemies. So for example, if you buy a lot of barriers, that would make enemies to come to you, or take longer to come to you, right? So that's what I was saying. Don't try to focus on more than 2 fortifications at a time. So for example, let's say if you buy the turret and the barriers and the decoy and the sentry, that would make enemies to take longer to come for you, and in general make the wave take longer. So yeah, it's pretty easy. It's very simple. Again, it takes some time, so just play some music, listen to a podcast while you're doing this, and it goes pretty fast. There you go. I suck at this game. So, well, yeah, that's it for the strategy, the melee strategy, and we're jumping into the Silverback level 1 wave 9 strategy. Alrighty, so for the Silverback strategy, what you want to do is that you have to play at least maybe like 2 or 3 rounds first for you to be able to make enough money or points to buy the Silverback. Once we do that, we go ahead, buy the Silverback. There we go. And that's about it. Just go to the exact same spot. You put yourself in the corner in a way that only the turret, it's like peeking, so you don't take a lot of damage. But honestly, on wave 9, that's not very necessary. That's only for like wave 10 that enemies are like more aggressive or deal a little bit more of damage. But for wave 9, it's actually good that they deal damage to your Silverback, or they damage the Silverback, because that's how we're gonna spend the points, right? If the Silverback doesn't get damaged, then we don't have nothing to spend the points on. So again, it's very fast to clear the wave 9 with the Silverback once you have the Silverback. So you go ahead and do that, and only focus on the Silverback. Silverback to repair, I think if it's fully destroyed, like 6,500. So you wouldn't have actually like a lot of points to spend on other things. Also, you would be thinking like, if it's faster to clear waves with the Silverback, why I don't always use the Silverback and that's it? Well, the reason for that is because you have to have in mind that you have to spend points to repair the Silverback, right? So that's points that you won't be spending towards the fortification you want to actually level up, right? So that's the only reason. If the Silverback was free and you didn't have to repair it, then yeah, of course, you would always use the Silverback. But again, it takes a lot of money to repair the Silverback. So there you go. Now I have 3 enemies left. I can see that are not tickers. It's 1 Theron, one grinder, and then, oh, there we go, perfect. So if they destroy it, it auto kills me, and that's it. Easy peasy. So as you saw, it's very fast. It takes only 2 minutes to complete the wave. I made 6,300, and that's it. Pretty much you go ahead, go find your Silverback, repair it, repeat, and do that over and over and over and over and over again. However, there's a different way to do it, and that's a different strategy, which is once you unlock the Silverback level 2, or I think it's level 3 actually, you get the rockets. And once you get the rockets, it's when we jump from grinding round or wave 9 to grind wave 10, because we need the rockets to clear a specific type of enemies. So unless you have the rockets, you would stick with round 9. Once you get the rockets, then you can follow the next strategy. So yeah, pretty much. I'll just clear this wave to show you once again, and that's it. So again, wave 9, you don't need to hide, you don't need to cover, because it's good that enemies deal damage to you. Just stay here, try to kill enemies as fast as possible, and it's pretty easy. Again, listen to some music, some podcasts, and time goes by pretty quickly. There you go. Once you play long enough, you will start to learn the spawn areas for enemies, so you can start killing enemies faster. But yeah, here you can see that very early in the round I already have my Silverback almost destroyed. So if you see that, then you can now take cover, so they don't destroy it before the round ends. So now there's only 4 enemies left, so now I can show myself a little bit for them to destroy it. There we go, it's already destroyed. Let myself die. That's it. Round completed. This time it took me a little bit less time, but I made a little bit less points, which is totally fine. It's totally okay, totally normal. I could have killed the other Mauler that was walking over there, but I didn't, so it's fine. And same thing, just go ahead, run, find your Silverback, repair it, repeat, and pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Again, if you want to pair the Silverback with something else, that's totally fine. Just have in mind that you only have like maybe not a lot of points to spend on other things, right? So as you can see, the Silverback ate pretty much all my money, and I have barely like any money. So yeah, that's it for the strategy of the Silverback on wave 9 before the rockets, and we can finally jump to the strategy of the Silverback on wave 10 once we have the rockets. Alright guys, so let's say that you already unlocked a level 3 Silverback, and now you have access to the upgrade of the Silverback, which lets you have rockets on the Silverback. What you want to do is that you want to save 10,000 points, so you repair it, and now you can upgrade it. It costs 10,000 points, and now if you press A, the Silverback sits down, and now you can shoot rockets. So once we have the rockets unlocked, then we can proceed to grind wave 10, because again, the rockets are very necessary to kill one specific type of enemies, and those are the corpsers. Without the rockets, it's very hard to kill those, and actually pretty much it takes way more time. So let's say wave 10 takes, I don't know, like 2 minutes to clear. With the corpsers, it takes like 5 minutes, so it's just not worth it, right? So that's why we don't do wave 10 before we have the rockets, or aka Silverback level 3. So yep, once you have the Silverback level 3 upgraded with the rockets, now you can complete the wave 9, and we can start grinding wave 10, which is exactly the same process as with wave 9. It's just that we now have boss enemies like the Berserkers, or the Reavers, or the Corpsers, or I think that's it, Brumex sometimes, and the Berserker Lambent. As I said before in the tutorial, the only enemy that I totally skip, it doesn't matter if I have the rockets or I don't, if I have Silverback or if I don't, it's the Berserker Lambent, because it takes a long time to kill. The rockets doesn't affect it. The instant melee doesn't affect it. So yeah, if I see Berserker Lambent, I would just go ahead, let him kill me, and I would reset and pray for another wave boss. We're almost done. There we go. That's the grinder. That's about it. There we go. Round 9 completed. Now we can start grinding wave 10. As I said before, wave 10 it's better because you get bigger enemies. It takes way less more time to complete. But again, it's only doable, only feasible if you have the Silverback with the rockets. So yep, pretty much same process. Kill all the enemies, kill the bosses, and once a couple enemies are left, scout them. Make sure they destroy the Silverback. Let yourself die, and then that's it. Restart the wave, repair the Silverback, and repeat all over again, over and over and over and over and over again. Again, the Silverback is the one that takes the most time, so yeah, you'll be here quite some time. I think the enemy are Gunkers, hopefully. Let's see. I cannot actually hear what the enemy was. Let's just wait. Reverse, it's not for sure. Yep, Gunkers. So again, Gunkers are pretty easy to kill. On Blood Drive, thankfully, the emulsion balls are kind of like glitched, so they won't actually throw nothing at you, which is great. So if you want to kill him with the turret, that's fine. If you want to kill him with the cannon, that's fine. I think that they die with a couple cannons, and with the turret, they die maybe with one whole turret aimed to the heart. So there we go. We reload. The cannon takes quite some time to reload. So take that. Oh no! Oh no! 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 The grenadier threw me a frag, and I didn't see it. Ha, my bad. Well, yeah. Let's let's suppose that we completed the wave, right? And let's suppose the Silverback was fully destroyed. We would come here, repair it, then get into it, and then start all over again and do the same process. So yeah, that's it. It's pretty easy. Once you get used to the boss waves, the wave bosses, you would understand how they work, how fast you can kill them, where do they appear, and that's it. At least for me, my favorite wave boss would be the Berserkers. It's very easy to kill them. You can kick him with the Silverback. You don't need to step off, and they give you a lot of points and makes the wave to complete very fast. Gunkers are great too because they don't do actually nothing as long as you stay away from them. They're pretty easy to clear. Corpsers, they're okay. They're not too hard or too easy. And what else? There we go. We have Gunkers. That's another thing you have to know. So for wave bosses, they don't usually change until you have failed the same round around 3 or 4 times. So yeah, I would deal with Gunkers for like 3 or 4 more rounds before the game changes to another boss. So yeah, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Like sometimes it's only like 1 and then it changes the boss. Sometimes it's like 2, 3, or 4 and then it changes the boss. It's kind of sometimes random. There you go. But I feel like the enemy that I've seen the most as a boss would be the Gunkers. I think that's the most common one. There we go. We're almost clear. So now we can just get out of our level spot and try to make enemies damage the Silverback so we can repair it. Where's the other Gunker? I think the Gunkers, sometimes the Gunkers get stuck, so you have to go ahead and look for them in the map. There's one. I don't think there's another one, but yeah. So again, just let the enemies damage you as much as possible so you can spend all the points you made. If you get close, it will melee you. There you go. Whoop-up. There you go. Whoop-up. There you go. Whoop-up. There you go. And there you go. So, as easy as that, we have the Silverback destroyed. And then we can restart the wave and repair it and clear the wave and restart it and do it all over again. Just run, find a Silverback. There you go, repair it. Takes a lot of money to repair the Silverback, by the way. And that's it. And then you go hide, complete the wave, and that's it. So yep, I hope you enjoyed this comprehensive tutorial. I hope it was helpful for you, at least for the beginners that don't know how the game works, or that are like picking up again after not playing for a long time. And yep, let me know if you liked the video. If you liked it, I don't know, go to church. Thank you so much for watching, and watch you next time.